Hey everybody, it's magic time again. My name is AshAdams, and I'm going to teach you guys how to do some pretty cool magic tricks that you can impress your friends and family with. Let's try this one right here. A cup right here on the table. Now there's something inside the cup. I should show you that first. It's a ball. That's right. A ball inside the cup. Now what's weird about this ball is every time I put it down inside of my pocket, it reappears underneath the cup. That's right. You see that? Every time, always. Oh, it reappears underneath the cup, even though I put it down inside of my pocket. That's right. Did you see it go back inside? No, it's there. It's always there. It's so weird. You never lose it that way. It goes down inside of the pocket right there, but it always reappears underneath the cup. Isn't that crazy? It's weird, huh? You put this down inside the pocket just like that, but it reappears underneath the cup right there. Oh, whoa. Oh, my goodness. That's a big rubber band ball. I'll tell you what, let's do a trick with some rubber bands. How about that? And I'll even teach you how to do it. Let's get a couple of rubber bands off here. We got a green one and a red one right here. A couple of rubber bands. Now, this is pretty mysterious. Let me use another green one here to begin with. A couple rubber bands. Check this out. 2 rubber bands. I'll put this one on these 2 fingers right there. And I'll put this one down inside the loop created by the fingers and the rubber band. So now you have 2 rubber bands that are sort of locked together. You see how they're locked together there? They can't come apart. But if you rub them together right there, they melt right through each other. Did you see that? I know, it's weird, isn't it? It gets better. I'll even use the red rubber band this time. Look, I'll put a green rubber band on these 2 fingers right there. You see that? On those 2 fingers. I'll take the red rubber band and I'll lock that green rubber band onto the fingers. So now it can't come off. Locked on to those 2 fingers right there. But if you wave your hand in front of it, watch. It jumps from those 2 fingers over to those 2 fingers. Just like that. I know, it's incredible. But it gets better. That's right. And you, sir, would you like to help? Just pinch the 2 rubber bands together right there. Now watch where he pinches them. Pinch them really tight and kind of rub your fingers around and you'll feel it happen right there. Look at that. The 2 rubber bands melt right through each other. 2 rubber bands linked together. You don't see that every day, do you? Pinch them again right there with your fingers. Watch where he pinches them. Kind of rub your fingers around and you might feel it happen. Did you feel it? Look at that. They melt right back through each other. Unbelievable, I know. And I'm going to show you guys how to do this. See, these are actually trick rubber bands. It's true. Look, you can pull them apart at this one little spot right there. And then you can stick them back together right there. It's state-of-the-art micro Velcro technology. Yeah. No, it's not really. It's a sleight of hand. That's right. Because sometimes seeing isn't believing. So as you saw in that rubber band trick, seeing isn't always believing. Looks can be deceiving. And this is great proof of that right here. I've got a glass. You can find one at the restaurant. Here's a glass. What do you think? Do you think the distance from this point all the way around the rim to that same point again, do you think that distance of that rim, the length of that rim, do you think that's longer or shorter than the distance from here down to the table? What do you think? Do you think the distance from here around to there is longer or shorter than the distance from here down to there?
Shorter.
Shorter?
Longer.
Longer. Mixed opinion, maybe about the same. All right. What do you think about this? 2 decks of cards and now the glass on top. Do you think the distance now from that point right there at the top of the rim of the glass all the way around to that point again, do you think that's longer or shorter than the distance from here all the way down to the table now with it sitting on 2 decks of cards? Take your guesses. Yeah? Maybe about the same length, maybe shorter. What about now? 4 decks of cards. You think this point right here is longer or shorter from this point to that point? You think it's longer or shorter than from here down to there with 4 decks of cards? Shorter. Yeah, that's probably right. Well, what do you think about this? 6 decks of cards. What do you think? The distance of the rim of the glass, longer or shorter than the distance from here all the way down to there now? It's got to be shorter, right? Well, I'm going to show you the secret to that rubber band trick, and we're going to see what happens here in a minute when we come back. All right, we're back. What did you guys decide upon? Do you think it's longer or shorter? Especially with 6 decks of cards underneath? Well, let's find out. I've got just a napkin right here. This is an easy way of measuring the length around the rim. And I've got a pen. There's no trickery here, I promise. You take the handkerchief or napkin and wrap it around the rim of the glass. Right there. Now I'm going to mark that point where it meets up. It's pretty fair, right? So now that is the length of the rim of the glass. Get ready. Like I said, seeing isn't always believing. There. Here's that point. I'll hold it right there. And if you look, I'll line that up right there at the top of the glass. We could stack another couple of decks of cards on there, I think. Pretty incredible, isn't it? Yeah. So there's a fun one that you can show your friends. I promise you they'll fall for it. I know I did the first time I saw it. So how about those rubber bands? Would you like to learn how to do one of those parts of the trick? Let's do it right here. A couple of rubber bands. Here we go. I've got a green one and a red one. Now, you can use any kind of rubber bands you want, but this is called the jumping rubber band. And it's that part of the trick where I put the rubber band on these 2 fingers right there, and the rubber band jumps from those 2 fingers over to the other 2 fingers, just like that. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I'm going to teach you how to do this. All you got to do is first take the rubber band, put it on the 2 fingers closest to your thumb, right there, like that. 2 fingers. Now, I'm going to show you what the magician sees. The audience will be looking at the back side of your hand right there. But I'm going to show you what the magician sees. When I was stretching it out and showing you that it's just on those 2 fingers, I pulled it straight out, and without anyone knowing, I placed all 4 of those fingertips inside of that rubber band right there. Now, I just rest it lightly on those fingertips right there. But what happens is when you open up your hand, you'll see, I'll do it slow, it flips over and jumps onto those 2 fingers over there. I'll do it again so you can see. Right there on those 2 fingers, I stretch it out to show that it's just on those 2 fingers. But here's where I do the secret move, and I place all those in there. From the front, it looks like nothing happened. But on the back, you've got all 4 fingertips inside the rubber band. And when you open it up really fast, watch. It jumps from there to there. Now you can make it even more incredible looking. You can take the 2 fingers, 1 rubber band there. You can add in this other rubber band. You twist it around the fingertips like that, which makes it look like that rubber band is locked onto those 2 fingertips. And it is. But it makes it seem like there's no way it could possibly move from those 2 fingertips to these 2 fingertips. But you'll see what's actually happening is it's flipping over like that. So that's how that works. But here's what you do. Same thing. It's the exact same thing. You pull out the rubber band. You put all 4 fingertips down inside. And then when you open up your hand, get ready, it jumps from those 2 over to those 2. Pretty neat trick. You can always carry these around on your wrist and impress your friends. Hope you had fun with those magic tricks today. My name's AshAdams. See you next time.
Yeah.